My relationship with Bleach is quite complicated.
Watch your step.
In my younger days, it was once one of my favorites. I had a few of the Toonami figures, I played all the PSP games, I played most of the PS2 games, and by the way, if you guys want a Bleach fighting game to play, check out Heat the Soul 7 on PSP or Bleach Blade Battlers 2nd on PS2. Thank me later. There's a dedicated Discord server for Bleach Heat the Soul 7. I'll leave that in the description. That game needs more love, and if we can get that scene going, would be great. But moving on to the rest of the video. But somewhere along the line, I fell in love with Bleach. I think this was related to all the slander that Bleach faced throughout its final arc from various content creators at the time. And at that time, I couldn't balance reading 2 mangas. So during Bleach's final arc, I dropped it in favor of Naruto. Regardless, I've never slandered Bleach and I will not do so. As you can see, I'm still a fan of the series from my 2 videos on Bleach, and I still own Bleach memorabilia. So with that introduction of the way, let's talk about the Thousand Year Blood War arc's 3rd trailer.
運命を砕く力はきっと振り下ろされる刃に似ている。
The title says it all. Bleach, in my honest opinion, is going to be the most stylish anime of 2022, and maybe even 2023, bar none. In my latest video, I spoke about what was missing from Chainsaw Man's trailer. This, in all fairness, could still be evident in the anime when it begins to air, but I highly doubt it. However, I'm prepared to be proven wrong, and I hope I'm proven wrong. That thing that I said was missing was color. Chainsaw Man's manga loves to experiment with colors. This is something I would like to see the Chainsaw Man anime do, and this is what Bleach looks to be accomplishing, among other things. The first Bleach trailer, I wasn't feeling it completely. It was just static character portraits for the most part with their lips moving. However, there were standout moments to it, but I had my doubts. Surely this was all trailer fluff. Bleach was not going to look this good. It would probably appear just about the same as the old anime in terms of color, that is, but I was wrong. The new teaser offered me a new perspective and a newfound passion for this anime. Everything looks so clean, so vibrant, and so full of personality. This is reminiscent of how Kubo stylized some of his color pages in some of the manga's final covers. And it really shines. Like, you can see his artwork ripped out from the page almost 1-to-1. This accompanied by the brilliant hues and shadows. The last piece of media I consumed that appeared this stylish was Persona 5 Royale, but its bright, vibrant colors and its stylish UI.
Beauty is deadly!
This stylized use of color definitely fits the feeling and vibe of a story like Bleach, and it really separates itself from the original anime in a big way. Putting the color and designs aside, the music has also seen a complete remaster. The remixes of classic tracks in this trailer was, no pun intended, music to my ears. This is music! But on the topic of music, while watching this trailer for the 3rd, the 4th time, I decided to really pay attention to the remixes on display, and they all have this orchestral violin sound to them, which I think it's fitting and it follows Bleach's musical tradition. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me elaborate. I've never seen this fact brought up when speaking about Bleach because primarily the manga is talked about, and while the manga is vastly superior to the anime, I feel like the anime does a few things right, even though I do agree with that sentiment I said earlier, and that is the music, something that I've not seen many die-hard Bleach fans talk about. Maybe they haven't realized it, or maybe they just don't see the need in speaking about it, but it's a piece of the anime that I think really highlights that touch that brings Bleach to light, all things considered. Bleach's OST is ever-changing and it reflects on each arc's main antagonist group. For example, the first 2 seasons had this poppy alternative rock that perfectly fits the threat of the Soul Reapers, while the 3rd season goes for a very Spanish feel, symbolizing the espada, and the final season at the time going for something more jazzy, somewhat classical to represent the Fullbringers, and finally coming full circle with these orchestral nodes for the high society snobbish feel of the Quincy's. The production is off the charts, and I'm not going to sit here and go through all the staff of the anime because there are much better channels for that kind of thing, but the staff is filled with people who have worked on various Fate adaptations, Persona adaptations, Attack on Titan, and so much more. This adaptation feels like what Bleach should have been, should have always been. It feels like Studio Pierrot has put their most impressive foot forward for Bleach as it makes its triumphant return this October. This is because it's given the respect it deserves from its staff in terms of visual quality and animation. It's insane that in 2022 the big three will all be airing once again. Naruto in the spirit of Boruto, One Piece and Bleach all together again, sharing the spotlight with one another. Honestly, for years Bleach has been the butt of the joke when it comes to online discourse, and if you were one of those people who didn't like Bleach at first or regurgitated opinions you've heard, I implore you to take a second look at it. Now is the time, but please read the manga if you do. It's vastly superior to the anime. Honestly, the anime doesn't do Kubo's series justice, and I'm not going to gatekeep anyone willing to give the series a second chance, even if they slandered it. So please do. Bleach is going to be a visual masterpiece, and I can't wait to feel the magic again. I remember 10 years ago, I watched the last episode of Bleach week to week while it was airing, episode 366, I believe. And man, it's crazy that now 10 years later, 10 or so years later, I'll be watching Bleach again week to week. I never thought that would be real. If Tite Kubo also is able to come in and fix or correct some of the problems with the manga's version of this arc, that would honestly be wonderful. Now, from what I've known, the ending is a bit rushed, and I did read the final chapter of Bleach, so I do know that fight kind of ended quite abruptly. So hopefully things like that are sorted out. And that's all I got for you today. If you appreciate anything I had to say, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for 5,000 subscribers. Let's shoot for 10K in 2023. Stay tuned for a very lengthy Fire Punch video. But before that, a shorter video, maybe before that, who knows, a shorter video about the first Yakuza game. Because I've been playing it, and I'm not going to give you any spoilers for that video, but it's a doozy, so please, stick around for that. This is Grimtoki, this has been Beyond Animation, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.